get this party started. My BC boys say good morning. And I really want to talk about this team effort, team members, more and more conversations, more and more groups kicking up, helping providers to communicate, to decrease drop-offs, to decrease cancels. And I'm like, good luck. And I'll tell you why. The providers are already busting their ass. Doesn't mean you don't need to do some communication work, but the work is not to be done only on the provider side. That's what this is all about. If you want patient success, which will take you to business success, which will take you to provider and personal success, then we must engage the team. Training a bunch of providers in a room without other team members and everybody on the team understanding the result that we are looking on is a waste of time, money, and energy. Training providers on communication skills and working towards a common goal when everybody else on the team has been trained is a very good use of time, money, and energy. We don't need to dump more on the providers. Everybody getting better and not getting better is not 100% on the providers. It's that simple. How do I know that? Because I've trained team members outside of the provider's room and we've had positive change. It's that simple. We've been training only providers for years and years and years and nothing has changed, right? Whether it's yelling at providers about completed plans of care, drop-offs, cancels, outcomes, however you want to measure it. All that stuff is impacted by the team. How do we know this? Managing and setting expectations, building an alliance. There is a team alliance. Pull up the research on team alliance. Everybody Googles therapeutic alliance. I'm like, stop. It's an alliance. And if we believe as providers that our 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 60 minutes in the day of a person is the only thing that's going to impact them, then we are sadly mistaken. Whether we're talking about social determinants of health, it doesn't matter. And this is not a provider bash. It's a bash on understanding this is a team effort. It's like a football team, 11 players. It's like running out the best quarterback, and we can argue that later, with no offensive lineman, and then yelling at the quarterback. This is the best analogy, right? The best quarterback has a great team around them. And I'm sorry, but the best quarterbacks don't get ranked as the best quarterbacks unless they've had a great team. So when you run your providers out there and do all your provider training and tell them they're in charge of getting people better, and when people don't, it's their fault, and improving cancel rates and improving drop-offs and improving patient outcomes, right? And telling them, get out there and do it. It's like sending out the quarterback with only one or two linemen or no linemen and going, shit, you suck. So let's take the pressure off of the providers and allow them, I say this about every week, allow them to do what they went to school to do. And we all know through our own expectations and alliance research that we can impact outcomes through building an alliance and managing and setting expectations. Cool. So why do we wait till they get in the provider room to do that? And that's what I've done with my training. And that's where I've seen the impact of the other team members. By the way, front desk, aides, assistants who are providers, billing teams, making an impact, a positive impact, building trust, decreasing fear, doubt, and uncertainty through other team members will amplify and improve the alliance built with the provider. Success, patient success is about building a team alliance, not about building a therapeutic alliance. Expand your freaking search for your research. Get out of your narrow vision. Read some of the other content out there. We must get the whole team aligned behind a common goal. What's that common goal? Complete a plan of care. I've got 10 check boxes of what needs to occur for patient success. And if you look at it, it follows the continuum of the patient's journey within your practice, business, clinic. And if there are missing checked boxes, then the likelihood of patient success decreases. If all the boxes are checked, meaning the front desk has done their work, the front desk team members have done their work, the aides have done their work, the providers have done their work, and the billing team has done their work, then guess what? The likelihood of patient success is far higher. With all the research on social determinants of health and us pushing that out there and then going back and training just providers and believing providers are the only one that play a role in patients getting better. And that's where we invest all our time, money, and energy in our clinics, in our practices, and in our businesses. We are wasting our time, money, and energy. And we're wasting the time, money, and energy of our providers. If you run a clinic, if you run a practice, if you run a business, and your cancel rate is above 10 to 15%, you don't understand the team role. If your drop-offs are above 10%, you don't understand the team role. If your first visit arrival rate is not above 90% or above, you don't understand the role of your team. This is what's so interesting. We push on the providers to deliver these outcomes. And I'm like, what about to the people who arrive? I'm like, what about the 30% of people who no-showed, canceled their first visit, never arrived? So are we only responsible to the people who arrive? Or are we responsible for all the people who can benefit from the care here? Those are people in your community that you can serve, that you've sent away, that you've made a lesser priority. So I will state this again. If your cancellation rate is above 10 to 12%, right, you don't understand the role of the team. If your drop-off rate is, if your drop-off rate is above 10%, you don't understand the role of the team. If your first visit arrival rate is not 90% or above, you don't understand the role of the team. And if you're not measuring those things, you really don't understand the role of the team. There should not be front desk training. There should not be provider training. There should not be billing training that does not include the other team members. And again, I've said this before and I'll say it again. This is one of my favorite analogies, is a football team that prepares for a game every week. They come together as a team, they break up to do their training separately, then they come back together as a team. The training separately is useless without coming back together as the team. The training separately is useless without understanding the team goal, because even in the separated out training and workouts, they're still talking about what needs to be achieved by the team. So if we truly want to change healthcare, if we truly want to impact the people that we're serving in the room in front of us as a provider, then we must, as providers, we must stress the importance of the team. And if you choose to work somewhere where they don't value the team, and then all the work is put on you and all the KPIs and business metrics are put on you, patient outcome measures are put on you without understanding the team, and you stay there and you burn out, that is your choice. If this doesn't sound like a culture shift, a culture decision, then you haven't been paying attention. This is a culture shift. All the team members are involved in patient success, and there is no one person with the bulk of the pressure. If all the team members are focused on patient success and everybody is carrying their load, there will be less burnout. There will be, it's funny, we talk about burnout of the providers. I'm like, for every burnout provider, there's probably like 5 to 10 front desk people that have been churned out and forced out of their role. There's a group full of billing people that are churning and burning out of their roles. So again, if we want to talk about burnout, let's talk about team burnout. Let's talk about team churn, right? Worked with a clinic recently, man. Never has the right front desk people. I came in, I'm like, you got some strong people, right? Started to see some conversations, started to see some focus away from the front desk team and what they needed to do and how the front desk team members contributed to the success of the whole. And before I was gone, 2 of the 3 front desk people quit. And I predicted that, if this stuff doesn't change, these are the right people, right? These are the people to do the job as team members. And 2 of the 3 churned out through no fault of their own. So patient success is a team effort. And if we take that mindset, it creates a culture that will decrease and diminish burnout. Burnout is, whatever. I've done a whole talk on compassion and caring. Compassion and caring is not just from the providers. And this has been proven in the research. Go back and look for that Facebook Live. Go to my YouTube page, pull up the compassion and caring YouTube. Compassion and caring has to be systematized. You can't say you're a quality provider and not understand a patient's life cycle. You can't say we care about patients and not understand the team effort that goes into it. This all weaves together. It all weaves together. And so when you're scrolling through your Facebook feed, your Instagram feed, your Twitter feed, and you're looking for yet more courses as a provider, how about you go back to the management team and challenge them to start paying for courses where the team members have to come together under a common goal, which is patient success? How about all of us take the same communication course? As you go out as a provider, remember I'm a provider, and seek out more treatments and techniques to help people, it's not going to help the culture, and it's not going to ultimately help your patients in the bigger picture if the rest of the team members are not bought in on what it takes to make sure people understand you are the expert delivering those treatments. That was that talk from a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Selling treatments and services is a commodity. So therefore, you as the expert are getting commoditized on the front end when there's no understanding of the team effort. And then people come in, see you as a commodity, not an expert, and then they cancel, they drop off, and you're frustrated because you've been taking the communication classes. But you got the wrong people sitting in front of you. You got people who are buying a commodity sitting in front of you, not an expert. You see how this all fits together? It all fits together. If you do not understand your patient's journey in your practice, you do not understand the role of the team in patient success. If you have a cancel rate above 10%, you do not understand the team's role in patient success. If you have a drop-off rate above 10%, you do not understand the role of the team in patient success. If you have a first visit arrival rate below 90%, you do not understand the role of the team in patient success. First visit arrival has zero to do with your providers. Yet we all will tolerate a 30 to 40%, a 60% first visit arrival rate. Why? Well, because people on Medicaid, because they live out of the area, right? I'm like, nope. They had no idea why they should arrive. People understanding why they should arrive to see the expert that you scheduled with is a solution to the problem. People understanding the value of what they will receive for their time, energy, and money before they arrive for the first visit is the key to first visit arrival. So there you go. You just got it. If you help people, this is the video I released yesterday. If you help people understand what value they shall receive for their time, money, and energy, then your first visit arrival rate will go up. There it is. You got the answer. That's the answer. There's work to be done, my friends. Again, this football, I'm going to go back. Everything's going to get repeated over and over today. The football team analogy is the best. It's team members. It's the team members. There's no offensive line team. It's offensive line team members. It's front desk team members, right? It's the quarterback, receivers, and running back team members. It's the defensive team members, not team. It's one team. It's one healthcare team working towards patient success. And again, we can break up the groups individually and train them on certain skills and tactics and things they need to know only related to the team success. So, right, we come together as a team, we break up into our individuals, and we come back together for a team every fucking week. That's a successful team. Every fucking week. It is so disappointing after all these years to see the number of non-provider team members churning, meaning quitting, forced, off of teams because the people running the team members don't understand. It'd be like a running back getting let go or fired because they didn't know how to play offensive line. It's like, that's not what they were brought in for. So the front desk team members, right? Well, they just don't get it, right? They just don't get it. I'm like, they don't get what? They don't even have objectives. They have a load of tasks. That's a big tell too. If all you have for your front desk is a list of tasks and they have no KPIs, no business metrics of success, you don't understand the team's role in patient success. By the way, if you're feeling uncomfortable, cool. I felt uncomfortable for fucking 12 years of this. So don't forget, this comes from a place of me doing this wrong forever. So if you feel uncomfortable, that's a good thing because you go, I didn't know that. Go to my YouTube page, right? Start learning it. That was that. My pile of books are shifting, but that's what those pile of books were about. Reading about team efforts and team successes. Every successful business on the face of the earth understands their client's journey within their business. Every successful company on the face of the earth understands their client's journey within their business. They understand every touch point. In-N-Out Burger. When you walk in the door, what do you see? What's the front door look like? What's the parking lot look like? What's the exterior of the building look like? Once you walk in the building, what do you see? Once you walk up to the front, how does that work? Where do you go to pick up your order? What do you see when you're picking up your order? What do you see when you're in the drive-through? Every business has that dialed in. And the person if you guys have ever been in In-N-Out Burger, my favorite tool, and it's there front and center for everybody to see. They put a potato in this machine, they pull the handle down the fries, it pushes out the fries, right? Everybody has a role in customer success there. I guarantee you, the second that potato person slows down and stops doing their work, you don't think that has a role on customer success, right? Everybody else in our world, they're just training like the people taking the cash and taking the orders. I'm like, what about the people in the back? The fry person stops. What happens with all the fry orders? Oh, they're just making fries in the back. I'm like, fuck, they're just as important as the person who took the money. It's a team effort. Success is a team effort. Patient success is a team effort. So my challenge to you providers is quit trying to do more. You've got the technical skills. You've got it, right? Quit trying to add technical skills to make up for people who are showing up expecting a commodity. Quit trying to get more technical skills to make up for other team members' lack of communication skills. Quit you taking more communication classes to make up for team members that haven't been trained properly. Challenge the managers, challenge the owners, challenge the directors to say, what is the role of the team here? The provider can be the quarterback. I'm fine with that. I get it. The provider, again, I told you it's all going to be repeats, as the quarterback, run the quarterback out onto the field without an offensive line. Tell me how good the quarterback is. But what do? Get sacks on every play. So what do you do during practice during the week? You make the provider learn how to run away from people. So again, the football team's the best analogy for this. Nobody ever remembers. I do for my favorite teams, but other teams, no way. Nobody ever remembers the name of the offensive lineman. But you know what? They're in that role because they love what they do. The front desk people are in that role because they love what they do. Nothing makes me smile more from ear to ear than sitting across from someone, front desk team member, potential, in an interview, and showing them the patient life cycle within the business and showing them their role in patient success. That patient life cycle gets used to recruit the right team members. It is your culture. You have created a culture around a team which is all working towards what? Patient success. Why wouldn't you fucking put that in the job ad? Why the fuck wouldn't you roll that out in an interview with the front desk people? I'm working with the team right now. We rewrote the ad in the interview process for their billing people who sit in a back room with no windows to show them their role in patient success. If you think patient success is just getting people better, Google physical therapy reviews after this is over, after you watch this. My PT was great, but I got better, but no one ever says I got better, but it's my PT was great, but, right? And then they give you a 1-star review. And anybody reading that goes, well, I can get better at the next PT clinic. Why the fuck would I go there? All this shit, right? Oh, the front desk was bad. Oh, the back office was bad. But that's cool. You're sending your providers to more Con Ed. You're sending your providers on how to better communicate. Again, providers, this is on you to challenge the rest of the team or the people running the team. I wouldn't challenge the team. Unfortunately, because the people hiring the team members. So if you go to the team members and say, my front desk sucks. I'm like, no, they don't. They're doing exactly what they were hired to do. They don't suck. They were told to push paper and be taskmasters. I already said this. I told you everything's on repeat today. If all you have for your front desk is a list of tasks to do every day, and it's just to have stuff done, and they don't know how it plays into patient success and sets the providers up for success, your front desk doesn't suck. They're doing exactly what they were hired to do. And by the way, PTs don't suck when people don't get better. PTs don't suck when there are drop-offs if the other team members aren't engaged and understand their role in patient success. So higher drop-offs, higher cancels. I'm dealing with a clinic right now, 30% no-show rate on first visit arrival, 30%. You know what I love about the owners at this clinic? This has been a great experience for me. They said, look, our schedule is full and we know this isn't right. So they're making the money, but they're seeing all the work going in to keeping the schedule full, and how 30% of the people, they have a 30% cancel rate too, coincidentally, are churning off of there. So there are people in their community that need help that aren't getting the help, and they're also losing the ability to grow their business. Be the expert, right? Well, then again, here we go, David. You can only be the expert if everybody around you understands, right, what patient success means. Because again, I said this, if you believe you're the expert and the front desk is selling time and space and physical therapy and dry needling and treatment techniques, you have been commoditized. And someone will show up expecting a commodity when you believe you're an expert. Who's that on? That's on the person who hired the front desk. That's not on you to go learn more fucking skills to learn how to communicate better. That's back on the business to understand the patient's life cycle within the business so that people can move through successfully. So you can check that those 10 boxes of what patient success is as they move through the journey. And if you start mixing boxes, then everybody downstream is fucked, including the billing department. Who gets fucked the most on this stuff? The billing department. We train our billing department on how to deal with mad customers. I'm like, get rid of the fucking mad customers. What are you talking about? Quit with the billing issues. Set and manage expectations. Understand that patient success is not getting a surprise bill 2 months down the road. That's one of the check boxes. They receive and pay their final bill. That's one of the check boxes in patient success. How can't it be? Oh, they got better. It doesn't matter. Sure, as your business fucking starts to go away, but it's the provider's fault, and it's the insurance company's fault, and it's the patient's fault. It's like, nope, your fault. You don't understand the client's journey within your business and how the team members come together to create patient success. Are you guys seeing a theme here? Yeah. So I think you guys see where we're going here, right? You know, go to my YouTube page. Got a new podcast coming out next month. What's best for the patient is best for business. You don't think I'll be riffing on this, right? I mean, this is exactly what I'm sharing with you. What's best for the patient is best for business. So if you want to improve your business, understand your patient's journey within your business, then train everybody up to their top of their skills. The offensive linemen, the running backs, the receivers, the quarterback, everybody. Right? I talk about the offense, but you know, it's both sides. Train everybody up and then watch the culture shift in your business, in your company. Watch the culture shift. I did not create this ever thinking of the word culture. It wasn't until I was in this about 10 years where I went, holy crap, the teams who do this, the practices who do this, the businesses who do this have a different vibe. And I was like, wait, whoa. Is that culture? Because I never understood the word culture until I saw a team come together and work towards one common goal, right? The person in the back, man, making the fries at In-N-Out Burger, they know their role in the team and client success. They know what it means. And you're telling me your fucking healthcare practice, office, clinic doesn't understand client customer success? Well, yeah, it's when they get better. It's like bullshit. It's time for healthcare, man. Time for you and your physio practice to kick it up. Quit hiring front desk people who can make sure all the insurance information gets in the system properly. Quit training. That's what I love, front desk training, right? Oh yeah, we trained our front desk on what? On a successful intake. I'm like, oh, here we go. What's a successful intake? It's a checkbox. It's a script. I'm like, cool, for a billing company. You guys are a billing company? No, we're a PT company. No, you're a billing company. By the way, here's an eye opener. Team success, right? Units billed, visits. How does that play into patient success? Your team shouldn't be bonused or held accountable on metrics that don't equate to patient success. Just gave you that example. Hey, our schedule's full. We have a 30% cancel rate. Cool. You're going to bonus your PTs on the full schedule? The 30% cancel rate? What are you telling them? I don't have kids. And already I'm going, you're rewarding the wrong behaviors here, people. Units billed is not the behavior. It's not the right behavior. Completed plans of care are the right behavior. By the way, completed plan of care is not someone getting better. Someone being sent back to the doctor who can't get better is a completed plan of care. Someone being referred out to another provider is a completed plan of care. So a completed plan of care is not just someone getting better. You know, again, my favorite analogy is, yeah, the provider can be the quarterback, run the quarterback out on the field with no offensive line and tell me how well they perform. That's the perfect analogy for team success. And if we want ultimate team success, if we want our patients to get better, then we better run the offensive linemen out there who are trained properly and have the skills to what? Participate as a team. And then what? We create a great culture. We bring the right people in who understand their role on the team. We bring the right people in who understand it's about the team. That's the other funny thing about the non-providers churning out. They were brought onto a team where it's providers and us. So go to the YouTube page if you want to see how to create team success or patient success through the team effort. So when I say patient success leads to business success, there's a little asterisk in the middle written in very small writing that says team effort, team success. Because what comes right below business success? It's personal, provider, everybody else success. And really, if you want to, and I'll say it here, patient success is provider success. If you can take a deep breath and feel that your patient got everything they needed, even though they didn't get better, that's patient success. You don't have to frickin' I shouldn't say kill yourself. You shouldn't have to worry and lose sleep over people who don't get better. We're not going to get everybody better. What you should lose sleep over is go, look, I'm checking all my boxes here, and I got team members around me that aren't checking boxes. And it's not their fault. It's not your shitty front desk. It's not your shitty billing company. It's the people who hire them. It's the people who set up the accountabilities. It's the people who set up the tasks. So again, I'll say this, is as a provider trying to do best for the community and the people you serve and your patients, challenge the owners and the clinic managers and the front desk managers to get your team members aligned and trained up behind patient success. And yes, I can help with that, right? That's the frustration here. I have conversations every day with people. It took me 15 years to get here. I'm saying, look, I did it wrong. I'm having success personally and with other clinics. This is the formula for that success. You want to give it a go? Oh, you know, I need help with my team. I need help with my metrics. And then like this other clinic, just churning the front desk people out. I just want the providers. I want the providers to be able to do what they went to school to do. I want hiring front desk people that are appreciated and valued for their work, hiring billing people and understanding where they fit in this patient success, and boom, we understand the patient's life cycle and what it takes to create patient success. Cheers all.